Hey everybody, it's Quentin, the GM of Sword Art Online, and thank you for turning in to another episode of Sword Art Online Odd. And we're in a peculiar situation today because Snow decided she wants to walk into a bookstore. I don't know what this is going to turn into. All I know is she's like, I need to have Wilson there and throw in a couple of other people involved. So we pan into a scene where we're actually in the black market and we're walking into yes, with the black market. Don't roll your eyes. I mean, where do you want a bookstore to be? It's a quaint little bookstore with a nice little what are those things, like a bay view window with like a little seating chair area and like a bunch of shelves with books in it. And you make your way in and you open the door and there's the little bell and it goes ding.
Hello? Is anybody here?
Hold on, I'm coming. All right, I see you liked my bell over there.
Yeah, it's a very nice bell. Never heard a bell quite like it.
Well, we gotta keep things quaint around here. It is the black market after all.
Anyway, good sir, we're here. We're looking for something to do, to brighten our spirits. We're looking for maybe like a game that you might have.
A game? I think I might have exactly what you're looking for. I'll be right back. I got to go into the back room over here.
Snow?
Yeah?
What kind of game are we looking to play here?
I don't know. I mean, it's the black market after all. Anything could happen.
I was about to say, couldn't that lead to like death and decay?
Probably.
Like a cursed game?
I think we'll be okay. I mean, listen. At least we would die having fun.
I'm almost there. I think I found it. Went back here on the top.
Okay, take your time. It's good. We can wait.
Okay, I think I've got exactly what you're looking for. This little game has only been played once, and it was played by me.
Oh, what kind of game is this?
It is the perfect game. So perfect that few have ever dared to play it.
That doesn't sound perfect, but that's just
it is
me.
Perfect, quite indeed. In fact, if you're going to play this, I will have to play it with you.
Oh, okay. I mean, the more the merrier. How the heck do I play this? And Snow takes a look at it. What is it?
Yes, you see the engravings. They're quite old.
Oh dear, they are. And she kind of like runs her hands over the book that I assume she's received.
Don't you have to pay for that?
I run my hands over the book, she says aloud.
And all of a sudden you just hear like a bunch of clanging and like things falling off the shelf, and then all of a sudden you could turn around and you see, that's it, I was looking for it, and Crystal's head pops up from behind a bookshelf. I heard that had the cutest dog figurines in the entire game. I'm in. I'll even pay for it. And she smacks down gold.
Snow here. Welcome. We are not even this is not a normal episode, first off. This is an odd side story. This is actually Odd Doggies. And so, let us begin. Hold on.
That's a great way to begin.
You should leave that in.
All right, that's it. That was the whole story. Let's go.
That's the entire side episode. We need no more.
So, we're all sitting down around a table. Snow is at the head, and Wilson and Crystal are on the left side, and Daniel and the store clerk, which we never got his name. What was his name?
I don't deal in things like names.
Okay.
So your mother was just like, child, do whatever you want. I don't care.
I've given it up. It does not exist anymore.
That's not how names work.
She just called him Store Clerk.
Don't question
Oh,
me.
okay.
All right, well, his name is now Clerk. So Clerk and Daniel are sitting on the right side of the table.
Clerk Kent.
Clerk Ken. Oh, that was good, Daniel. I'm so proud of you. Okay. And Snow looks at all of you. All right. So we're gonna go. I think this is how this works. We go around the table and we introduce our characters. Yeah. Okay. Wilson, we'll start with you.
Okay. I'm playing Copper. He's a little beagle. I had a beagle growing up, so I wanted to play a beagle. And he's a druid because Snow. We're playing the early levels. I remember the early levels. This is level 3. You want to know what happened in level 3? We almost all died because we didn't have anyone who could heal. So I'm playing a druid because they have healing magics and are good with nature.
Great. Okay. Crystal, what about you?
I'm playing Crystal because I'm original. I have a Chihuahua. Listen, okay? Because when I was in the city, I always wanted a dog, but no big dogs are allowed in the apartment. And I always saw Chihuahuas carried around in people's purses. So I want a Chihuahua. And I figured, what is better than a power-hungry Chihuahua that is going to eldritch bark people into oblivion? So I am playing a Chihuahua warlock.
Okay. Daniel, what about you? What do you got?
I'm playing an Eastern European German Shepherd because I'm really detailed about that stuff, apparently.
I was about to say, that's very specific.
Yes. His name is Staz. Because I'm original. We're just gonna beat this to death, aren't
I
we?
think that's the most original joke you've ever come up with.
That's pretty original, Daniel.
Okay. So I picked a German Shepherd because I have a German Shepherd, though I think he'll be a little less lazy.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. So he's a little less lazy. Okay.
Clerk Ken, what'd you pick?
I am playing a Shiba named Spark. Spark was a feral, lonely rogue dog who adopted a blacksmith.
The dog adapted the blacksmith?
Yes.
Smart.
To do his bidding.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Amazing.
He is a rogue, after all. He must steal to survive.
All right. Wilson, what was your dog's name?
I'm playing Copper.
Okay. Copper. What a good boy. All right. So we got Copper. And Crystal, what was your dog's name?
I'm original.
Your dog's name is I'm Original?
No, its name's Crystal
Oh, okay.
because she's precious. And a tortured demon princess. That's besides the point.
Okay.
is it? Is it?
Daniel, what was your dog's name?
My dog's name was Stas, spelled Stas.
Stas. Okay.
Like it sounds.
I should also add, because I completely forgot to say this, that Stas is a ranger who grew up on a boat.
You grew up on a boat?
He
I
grew up
don't
on a boat.
I think rangers normally grow up in boats.
You know-
That's original.
Daniel, you made a good character. And Wilson, don't pick.
What?
Don't pick
No,
on him.
I'm saying that's good. That's unique. It doesn't happen very often.
And Snow glares at Daniel. Shh. I mean, Wilson, not Snow glares.
Why are you shushing the man who came up with a good idea, Snow?
No, that was a look of pride and accomplishment.
Oh.
It was
So like this.
yeah, it was a nod. It was a nod of approval.
Wilson looks, nods, and goes, shh.
My man.
All right, and Clerk Kent, what about you? What is your dog's name?
His name is Spark.
Spark. I just got to make sure that we are all in order. Oh, I love these names. This is like very creative, guys. I'm going to have to say that I am very impressed and proud of you, okay? And I'm very nervous, so just
Wait, Snow, do you have a character?
I'm the GM.
What does that mean?
It means that I am the master of this game, and I tell the story, and what I say goes. So it's kind of like me being the leader of the Odd Guild, except you actually have to listen to me.
I thought we did a decent enough job of that, but I guess not.
What are these multi-sided polyhedrons?
Those are your dice. You roll them, and the number that you roll on those dice will determine if your actions succeed or fail. 20 means you succeed excellently, and a 1 means you fail miserably
In a horrendous manner.
in a very horrendous manner. So, yeah.
A very horrendous matter.
Alrighty. Ahem. So we're going to begin. And Snow flips open to the first page of the book. I was supposed to read this ahead of time. Oh, okay. So I'm sorry, guys. I apologize if I accidentally read something that's not supposed to be read. There might okay. Anyway, never mind. I didn't say any of that. Pretend it never happened. And so we begin. Our story begins in a quaint village at the edge of a forest. The village is called Nuspira, one of several waypoints along the way to the seacoast of Brienne. Nuspira is self-sufficient off the land as well as the forest. And while they do provide food and materials to travelers, they are most well known for their intricately carved wooden statues that sit at each entrance to the village. Each of you is asleep, just so you know. That's what it says. It says all the players are asleep.
Oh, so that means I can't be. Well, what time is it? Because I wake up pretty early.
Wait, hold on. I got to read the next line.
Oh, okay. Continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
It says, as your eyes flutter open to the sunlight streaming through the window pane, the chittering, I like that word, chittering of birds fills your ears. It says here that you complete your morning ritual before taking the moment to greet your masters. So what, we'll go around the table in the same order we've been going. What do each of your doggies do as a ritual in the morning when you first get up? And by that, like, do you stretch? Do you lick your man parts or your
lady
female
parts?
Or
What do you
lady
want?
parts? Well, okay, we'll actually go. Yeah, no. Clerk Kent, what does Spark do when he wakes up?
He gives it a nice big stretch, rolls around for a little bit, goes outside and rolls in some mud.
Okay. Sounds like a reasonable expectation for a dog. Okay. Daniel, what about you? What does Staz do?
Stretch and probably just go around the camp to make sure that everything's okay and nothing's been touched or nothing's threatening the camp.
Okay. So you camped outside in the village?
Yes.
Okay. That's okay.
I am one with the elements.
All right. So you are one with the elements. Perfect. Okay. And Crystal.
Well, what time is it? It depends on the time.
Okay. It's like the sun has just come up and the birds have just started chittering.
Whoa, so it's like 5 a.m.
Okay, maybe not 5. Let's say it's 6. We'll give it like an hour later.
6? Okay, well,
daylight
at
savings.
6 a.m., I'm still asleep in my pink little bed that's up on a bookshelf. But I got to get up by 7:30 because I have to take my medication at 8. And the bloodletting sacrifice starts at 9.
Fantastic.
We're gonna move. Wilson.
Oh yeah. So Copper normally he and his druid master normally like patrol around like the forests and collect like berries and like to go and they just like speak with animals.
So you get up with your master?
Yeah, I get up with him and we're like really cool and he plays fetch and I have my favorite stick.
Oh, okay. So we'll come back to you in a second then, Wilson. Don't worry, everything is going to be just fine.
I hope so.
I hope so too. Okay. Oh, it says here that it wants you to describe like the lodgings that you live in and where you sleep in comparison to where your master sleeps. So, okay, we'll go around in this circle. I hope I'm doing this right.
Is this your favorite circle? Like, are we gonna go the same order? Or?
We went the other way a second ago.
Oh, okay.
Okay, fine. Clerk Kent, we're gonna go with you again. So, describe kind of like your where you sleep.
Is this whole game just a story of circles and we just like tell what we do in our lives, or?
I guess.
Well, you see, dogs like to spin around in circles a lot and chase their tails, so it's a very thematic.
Yeah, it's thematic. Thank you, Clerk Kent.
So my dog Spark, he likes to sleep by the front door. He keeps guard over his home, and he when he wakes up, he goes and jumps through the window because obviously he doesn't want to lockpick his own door. So
Oh yeah, no, that makes sense. I got it. That's perfect. It makes perfect sense.
dog logic.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Then we won't go in the circle anymore. Somebody else can go. Anybody?
Wilson?
Oh, Copper normally sleeps like next to his master, like right beside him. because they normally stay outdoors. They're outdoorsmen, and there's normally a very small fire, so they also like sleep together for body warmth.
Okay. All right. So, okay. That makes sense. That's why you wake up together. All right. And Crystal, what about
I
you?
already told you I have a plush pink little feather bed
Oh, that's right.
that sits atop a bookshelf.
That was really detailed. You're right. I'm so sorry.
God,
But where's your master?
what do you mean?
Where does he sleep?
I don't know.
Or she sleep? I'm not going to be sexist here.
I don't know. I'm kept in the dog dungeon with all the other experiments. 79, 86, and 32. I'm number 17.
Oh, boy.
Sweet.
I feel like...
But I'm master's favorite.
Oh,
I'm concerned.
Daniel!
Anyway, so normally I would sleep in the same bed as my master. However, he's on a trip on a boat somewhere in the ocean.
Oh, on a boat. Got it.
Yes, he's on a boat. So I'm sleeping on a little mat or whatever I can find that's somewhat comfortable.
All right.
Hello, ground.
Okay. So as you guys begin to complete your morning rituals, and especially you, Wilson, you all of a sudden, the hackles on the back of your neck stand up. And if nobody knows what hackles are, those are like the furs on the back of the dog's neck that stand up when it gets like really excited or is terrified.
About to ask what a hackle was.
I inferred that.
Okay. Anyway, yeah.
Emphasis on the fur.
Daniel, you're so good. I don't even know what to tell you right now. I'm so proud of you.
Wait, so is this happening before or after my medication? Because this is a common side effect.
This is before your medication.
Okay, so we're talking like 7:30.
Yeah, like
Cool.
it's right. No, it's like right in the morning. Anyway, so yeah, the hackles on the back of your neck stand up. Something isn't right. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't smell right. Every fiber of your being is screaming out, "Find the masters."
I can't really do that, so, he in the water over
Was there anybody?
here.
Was there anybody else that you would have lived with? Since you are a dog, you might need to be taken care of by someone.
Nope.
Nope, nobody. You're by yourself.
Ye.
Okay, so you're a stray. Okay, got
Or
it.
like, I've been shown how to live on my own temporarily because the master figured this particular outing would be too dangerous.
Does your
so-
character have anybody else that he would like or love in the village? Snow is asking, very concerned right now.
I mean, he doesn't hate anyone, so he's probably pretty personable to anyone, or dogginable.
Does he like children?
Sure.
Okay, he likes children. Suddenly, every fiber of your being is screaming out, "Find the children!"
Okay, that makes more sense.
Okay, all right, that worked. Okay,
I'm on a bookshelf, and the only way to get down's a ladder, but I don't have thumbs, so I just stand up in my bed and start barking incessantly.
so everybody else, what do you do?
I mean, I was probably walking with the woods with him, so I just like,
No, I mean, you woke up
yeah.
and he wasn't there.
Oh, wait, what? He's gone?
He's
What
gone.
do you mean he's gone?
He's gone.
No, he can't be gone.
He's gone, Wilson. He's gone.
I immediately go to investigate with my nose.
Oh yeah, that's a skill. So you can roll one of those polyhedral multi-sided dice, and I think it's the one that has the 20 on it. You can roll that die.
Is this is this investigation or perception to see if I pick up the scent, or is it
Perception would be if you're trying to pick up the scent. Investigation would be like trying to follow the scent.
well, let's see the scent first. And if I don't like this roll, I'm gonna do it
Whoa,
again.
why is it rolling twice? Why are you getting advantage? Does it just automatically roll advantage?
Because you see, Snow, if you read the book, you would know that all
Dogs
doggos
get perception advantage when they're smelling. Oh, you're right.
I made a character by myself.
Okay.
21.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just saw the picture of Copper and he's adorable. This is
Isn't
me
he
outside of the
just?
game.
Do you know what he's
so
from?
cute. Yeah, Fox and the Hound. Anyway, this is really weird because I have like 5 windows open on my computer and I have to figure out where to go from each one. Okay, perfect. Wonderful.
I smell around.
You smell around and you find that the scent of your master lingers in the air a little bit, but it kind of is mixed with another smell, another scent that you never really...
Foreign scent.
Yeah, very foreign scent.
I follow the foreign scent.
Okay, you
I'm
know what?
Tracking
I was
this
trying.
foreign scent.
Okay, you're going to track the foreign scent. You can roll your investigation. Daniel, what do you do?
I'm gonna see if I can like nose a door open and see if I can try again picking up a scent.
Okay, you're going to nose at a door.
Yes.
Okay, the door opens easily. And you can also make a perception check. And while you're doing that, Clerk Kent?
Yes.
What do you do in this tumultuous time?
Well, you see, I sprint upstairs to where the blacksmith sleeps, and I check his room, and I see he's gone.
Yeah, he is gone. What a good boy. A voice says from overhead.
What is this omniscient voice?
My ears perk up.
And you just keep hearing the words good boy, echoed over and over. But that's beside the point. But yes, the master is missing. He's not in his bed. Do you stay in the house?
I run outside, heading for the market, where he sometimes will go to buy goods in the mornings.
Okay. So you're going to head towards the market. Okay. And then, Crystal, you're still barking and you're stuck up there.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can't get down. The ladder's longer than my body. Like each step between them. I'm a teacup chihuahua.
Okay.
I
You're
weigh
a teacup chihuahua?
I weigh 4 ounces.
Oh my gosh. How tall is this bookshelf? How tall does he put you up on?
15 feet.
Okay, so that's going to be a problem we're going to have to resolve. 'Cause, clearly, from all your incessant barking, there is no response except for the sound of the other animals that are downstairs with you in the dungeon.
Are they alive?
I think there's a monkey.
They're all locked in their crates. I'll have to see if the monkey is able to get out.
Could I bark his door open?
No, he's not able to get out.
Can I Eldritch bark his door open?
You could try, but how far does that reach?
120 feet.
Okay, yeah, you could definitely try.
What?
But
the
what if you kill
bean?
him? That
Oh.
is possible.
Can I bark over to the monkey and tell him to back off?
Okay. Seeing that you're gonna have to make a crap, I need an actual character sheet. I don't know what the character skills are.
Wait. Oh,
Hold on, this is me as the GM.
isn't there one in the back of the book for that?
Hold on, that's what I'm. Yeah, but there's so many papers. Give me 1 second. I'll just
Isn't there a demo one on Roll20?
Okay. This is me as the actual GM.
No, I know.
Not
Isn't there
Snow.
a demo one on Roll20?
Okay, yeah.
This is me as the actual player playing the character.
You're a genius. Genius.
Thank you.
You genius, you.
That is also a dog.
I'll go to the demo character sheet that I have. Okay. What were you doing?
I'm trying to tell the monkey to back away from his cage.
I'm sorry, I was kind of staring off into a blank space for about a solid minute there. I don't know why.
Can the monkey stand away from his cage so I can bark his door open?
So you're gonna have to roll to convey that to the monkey because you don't speak monkey.
What do I roll? Charisma?
Yes, it would be a charisma roll at disadvantage.
How dare you put me at disadvantage?
You don't speak monkey.
Fine. It's 14. I crit on one of them.
So you take the 14.
Dang it. 17 total.
In the most doggy barking monkeyish fashion, you demonstrate using your body language and the bark, obviously. You may demonstrate vocally how you convey this and also explain it.
I bark in a very monkey-like fashion.
Like that? Like, oh, it's beautiful. That's beautiful, Crystal. I've never heard
and
you
then
sing so well.
I jump forward and backwards repeatedly until he understands that I want him to move
Okay,
back.
so yeah, no, after about like 10 minutes of you doing that, he kind of covers his ears and he hisses at you and he backs away and just kind of, he reaches his hand down and flings something at you. But he does back away from the cage door.
I eldritch bark at the door.
Okay, please roll.
I don't know what that means.
Roll the dice.
I've never used Eldritch Bark before. I don't know if it has to hit or something.
I don't know either. I haven't read the rule. I mean, I should have read the rules.
It just says that it does a butt ton of damage.
A butt ton?
A metric butt ton. It's a science term.
As opposed to an imperial butt ton.
Okay.
Precisely.
So roll the damage. Just if
Okay.
you roll a die, you're
Right.
gonna roll to make sure you don't crit fail.
Okay. It was a 5,
Okay, 5.
right?
Oopa!
I do 8 damage to the door.
Okay. The door is hanging on the last of its hinges.
Well, it's a cantrip, so I can do it infinitely.
Yeah. You're gonna Eldritch Bark it again.
I crit.
You destroy the door on that cage and the cage that's next to it.
Be free, my brethren.
A parakeet flies out.
Hey, do you mind picking me up and flying me up to the next floor?
Parakeet lands on your head and just starts to sing and sing and sing, and it sings with your barking. It sounds terrible. It's amazing. Anyway, we'll come back to you. The monkey is going to start helping you down from the shelf. Maybe. You can roll diplomacy next. Okay. Who did we leave off on? Wilson. That's right.
Yeah, no, I'm just following the track right now. Does it lead anywhere?
You get towards the center of town, towards the marketplace, and you actually do end up running into Spark. That's right, Spark.
Hey.
Is that his voice?
What? Yeah, is that a problem?
All right. So yes, you, Copper and Spark, you both run into each other towards the center of town near the market.
Oh boy, my name's Copper.
How do you greet each other?
I would.
God, I'm so sorry.
I would walk up and I would smell his butt like a dog. Hi, friends.
You like doing that a lot, Wilson, huh?
Do I know you? I don't think I know you.
I live out of town, but we're friends now.
Indeed. Okay. Well, I'm looking for my owner. Have you seen him? He is the
Oh
blacksmith.
boy, I'm looking for my owner too. We could look together.
Now, something that you both have noticed is that even though it's earlier in the morning, you don't often see that many people out like at this time, but you do notice that it's more quiet than usual. And you barely, you don't even see anybody out on the street. And I will leave you two for a moment. I'm going to go back to Daniel. Daniel, what are you doing?
I guess I'm trying to follow the scent of either, the children where they might have gone.
Okay. Because remember, you said you went inside, you poked your head in, but you don't see anybody.
Right.
And you smell about the same thing that Spark was smelling. And
Copper.
Copper. They're not really finding much. You smell their odor, but it's leading away towards the center of the village.
Mm-hmm. So I guess I'm gonna follow that.
Okay. Also, could you roll another perception?
14.
Okay.
Is he smelling or hearing something?
Was that your total?
Plus your perception score, which is wisdom. And if you're proficient in it.
You get +3 if you're proficient.
2.
2. I'm sorry. 2.
2.
We're killing Daniel.
16 total then with a +2.
Okay. So you have a 16. As you're running by, you hear by this very strange looking hut, like house hut kind of thing. You hear this very high pitched yapping, and it's coming from the inside of this house, but it's not really from up top. You hear it underneath of you.
Well, that's weird. Probably investigate that. I'm gonna go in through the door and see if it's open.
Okay. Go ahead. Try it. You can try and use the door. Or you don't have to roll for that. You try to use the door. I'm sorry. I said that in a weirdly weird way. But you try to use the door, and you kind of push on it with your head, but it doesn't open. There is a handle, but the handle requires thumbs. And by that, I mean it's a round handle. Somebody evil definitely lives here because they did not make it dog friendly.
Curse you. Opposable thumbs? Can I try hitting the door handle with the quarterstaff and seeing if that breaks it open?
You can try. You're going to hit the handle to break it open?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to try and break the handle.
Yes.
Okay. Go
It's
for
more
it.
polite.
Go for it.
Let me double check what I have to roll for quarterstaff.
Oh, let me give you, as you're rolling that, I'll give you a description of what's kind of around you.
5.
Wonderful. Okay, so with a 5, you grab the quarterstaff in your mouth and you jump up on your hind legs. I'm assuming to like get better leverage, or do you just like
Sure.
smack it?
I'm just going the hind legs.
Okay, you'll go on the hind legs, try and smack down with the quarterstaff. It just dinks off of it. But try another perception check. See maybe if you can like look around a little more.
I'm gonna see if there's like a window or something I can jump through. 9 + 2, so 11.
You're looking around, and as you do see that probably about 10 feet up off the ground, there is a window on the side of the house, because the front of the house had no windows. It's shabbily built. The roof is kind of like caving in a little bit, but there's one single window on the side of the house, and it's almost like a slit, kind of like there would be for an arrow that would kind of go through it. The house is giving you some dungeon-y vibes, some really creeper vibes. Like you don't feel safe.
I can't fit through that.
But-
Wait. Can I make George get the door?
Can you make George get the door?
Yeah, I don't have thumbs, but that doesn't mean he doesn't.
So Daniel, we'll leave you back outside, and we'll go back to you, Crystal.
You stay outside. Don't come in.
You're just looking up the window.
Or if I released all the animals from the cages, we could just stampede the door.
Oh God, I'm still outside that.
You're going to stampede the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or George can just get it with his thumbs. But George was an asshole.
He
So
did,
I'm
he did fling poop at you, so.
That's what I'm saying. What a rude monkey.
Okay. Also, Crystal, watch your language. We're a PG-13 show, so
I'm sorry.
we got limited. All right, so you get a
A
limited.
poop head.
Yeah, poop head.
A butt munch.
A butt monkey.
Ah.
Ha. Okay. All right. You are going around and you are, I guess, eldritch barking at the
All the
cages?
cages.
Okay.
Every
so
single one.
You break them open after probably about 15 minutes. There was one that you struggled with a little bit, but you do manage to break it open.
Of course I do. Perfect.
Your rat friend comes out and he's got like a little antenna sticking out of the top of his head.
Sounds about right.
And he's kind of like twitching as he walks out. And he kind of makes like a sound. What do? You freed all your friends. Your rat friend is sticking by your side. The monkey is flinging poo still. He's actually like sitting on the top of the rafters and he's kind of screaming.
George, if you want to stay here and fling your fecal matter around, that's fine, but let us out.
He flings some poop at your face.
His poop's probably the size of the dog.
You
Actually,
are
I'm gonna go
covered in
look
it.
that up.
You can try and reflex out of the way if you want, but you are covered in poop otherwise.
I'm fine with this.
Okay, you are now covered in poop. So you and your rat friend managed to open the door just as Daniel, what are you doing outside?
I'm gonna see if there's some way I can get to that window that you mentioned earlier.
There's a stack of crates behind you that you could use.
I can try moving the crates.
And they're kind of like lined up in a way that you could actually just like probably run up them and jump to the window. if you
Oh,
wanted
okay.
to.
Then I'm gonna try doing that.
Okay.
I'm gonna fail
Please,
miserably, most
Roll
likely.
your acrobatics.
Oh boy. Oh, I do have a high dexterity. What did it roll? I can't see.
A 10.
You rolled a 10. So as you're about to leap from the boxes, your hind foot slips and you don't get as much leverage. So you do jump and try to reach the window, but you miss. Your claws grip on the edge of the window and you slide down the side and leave scratch marks in the clay.
I never said I was the most graceful dog on the planet.
But as you do this, you hear the sound of a latch coming undone and the door swings open on the front. And you hear it as it makes like this really eerie like horror sound like,
You know, I just wish that had happened like 2 minutes earlier. That would have been fantastic. But no, I just had to nearly smack myself into the building.
Good job, Todd. I know if I threw you up here, your fat, rotund body would eventually be able to maneuver away to jostle the handle enough to undo the latch.
and he shows you, the rat shows you his opposable thumbs.
Stop bragging.
And he actually ends up scurrying off and he waves to you and then he scurries off again. But as you step out, you see this What color is your dog? Is it
Black.
It's black. Okay.
Intruder!
Yes, you see this luscious black furred beast leaping at the window in the back because you kind of poke your head around.
Hi. How are
Yeah,
you?
that's right. I'm down here. Look at me. Look at me in the eyes. They're down here.
Which eye should I be looking at?
The one that's not twitching.
So neither of them.
Dang it, you're right. Fine. I haven't had my medication yet.
Should you have it?
Probably not. It makes it worse.
So you two, are you still going to track the scent, Daniel?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to follow him? Or what are you going to do?
Where are you going? Why are you
Wh-
trying to get in my house?
Well, because there were noises and okay. A bunch of children and other people just seem to have randomly vanished
Good for them.
last night. So, yeah, I've been trying to find them. That's what I've been doing. What
Sounds
about you?
noble. I got poop flowing at me from an anal-dwelling butt monkey.
Yes, and you see this small form. It smells horrendous, and it is covered in brown fecal matter. It doesn't even look like a dog anymore. It looks like a walking turd. Little black eyes stare at it.
New horror show, The Walking Turd.
The walking turd. Okay.
Just the single one.
Just the one.
What do you two do?
I have freedom. I'm going to run out to the market and take whatever I can find.
Okay, so you're going to run out into the market because you realize all the people aren't there.
Yes.
Or because of what he said? Or
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's not where the plot's going.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I didn't write this story. I did. But I didn't write this story. The book is telling me what I need to say. So I'm going to follow the book. Hi guys, Snow here. Thanks again for listening to Odd Doggies. Next episode 2, is going to be released on July 27th. And it's going to be a weekly show that's going to, not on the 27th, I'm wrong still, on the 28th. I'm sorry. We release on Sundays. I just keep looking at the calendar wrong. Okay. Beyond that, we got a few announcements to make. Then you'll be good to go. You can leave us forever, or please don't, but just come back like next week and listen. But first things first, we want to thank you to Rodrigo Sani so much. Thank you for listening to us and also for making amazing artwork, because we can do things with that now. We can actually make like stickers and buttons and whatnot. And also, guess what? Guys, if you didn't know or didn't notice, we had a guest on the show today. Say hi.
That's me.
Yay!
Hello.
All right, Justin, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Justin, and I am from Lit Gaming Arena. I realize now I should have actually used my Echo. I have my mixer sitting next to me, and I didn't use it, but that's all right. But we're a video game podcast where we release weekly on Sundays as well, actually. All sorts of fun stuff there, so you can find me at litgamingarena.com or on Twitter or like Lit Gaming Arena anywhere. Basically, if you search for Lit Gaming Arena on Google, you'll find us. Or if you want to find me personally, I'm mostly on Twitter, which is just at Hooked on Montana. So I'm pretty active. I'm really active on Twitter. So come hang out with me on Twitter or something like that. That's cool. It's cool stuff.
Yeah. All right. Also, guys, if you have enjoyed our shows so far and you want to support us and you have money, because
We don't.
We don't.
We don't.
That's a rare thing, I guess. You can always go
What's
to
money?
Yeah, money. It's a dream. It's a pipe dream. You can go to our Patreon. You can find us at Missing Role Player Found, or you can go to bit.ly/support MRPF. I know that's really long, but who cares? Because I don't feel like changing it. It's too late now. Wahaha. Okay, but if you want to support us, guess what? We got a few things in there that you can get access to. Number one, you can get access to the music that RL makes for our podcast. We can't sell it because it does have copyright stuff on it, but you can just get the track so you can listen to it. So donations are different than selling things. That's beside the point. Okay. Beyond that, though, I'm also going to be putting my notes up for this module, and they will be available to those who have the tier 5 donation on Patreon. So if you want to be able to run an Odd Doggies module for your own guild, game, whatever, you can do so, because I'll be putting it on World Anvil, and only those on our Patreon with that level of access will have the ability to read it. Yay! So that's like one of the other things that we are doing now. Okay, take it over, Quinn.
Oh, yeah, and way cooler and more exciting news than Odd Doggies. When Sword Art Online Odd is going to be coming back, we're going to hopefully have the first episode of the next season up September 1st. So look out for that, and hopefully you all enjoy this little short module while we're playing through it, and enjoy your summer vacations.
All right. See you guys. Peace out. Okay, so you two head towards the market. And as you reach there, you see the 2 other dogs, among other animals that are kind of wandering around, looking and searching for their masters.
Are you guys looking for all the people that seemingly have disappeared too?
Hi, I'm Copper.
Yeah, everyone seems to have gone. I don't know where they are. It's very strange. Even the market is empty.
Yeah, I would say that people just randomly disappearing overnight is not what I'd call normal, and I wouldn't call my master exactly super normal to begin with, but yeah. So what are we gonna do?
I roll perception.
Oh, wonderful. That's a great suggestion. Yes, do that, Clerk Kent. And Clerk Kent, what are you looking for exactly?
I'm smelling for evidence.
You're smelling for evidence. Well, the scent here, what was your roll? It was a 14? Yes.
22.
14. Oh, yeah. Dogs get
They take
advantage. Yeah. Good. See, thank you, Wilson, for reminding me.
Yeah, totally me. Glad I could help.
So you can tell that the scent here of where your master scent is strongest. And it's mixed with a bunch of other human smells. And it's definitely the strongest in this marketplace area. You also notice that nearby, there are 3 houses that seem to be occupied.
By people?
Occupied.
Occupied?
I go towards one of them.
Okay. You go towards one of them.
And attempt to get in.
All right. As you approach the house, or all 3 of the houses, 3 doors swing open. And out from the center one, a figure steps out, wearing a dark blue hooded cloak.
Are there fright checks?
Are there what?
Are there fright checks?
Are there fright checks?
Yes, there would be.
That would be
D&D.
a will save, which is going to be your wisdom. So you'd roll your wisdom. Now, is your dog prone to fear?
Not fear, but surprise, being caught off guard, I'm supposed.
Okay, so you would roll that at a disadvantage then. So we'll take the lowest of your roll was if you roll your wisdom saving throw.
Oof.
Yeah, unfortunately, that would have been a great crit for you. You are a very spooked. What does a spooked spark do?
He runs away because he is very weak.
And where do you run to? Do you run to the other dogs? Do you run behind some of the stalls that are nearby? Or
He finds the nearest shadow and hides in it.
finds the nearest shadow? Well, the nearest shadow would be the building that the guy is coming out of. Or she.
The nearest shadow behind them.
Okay.
Or the nearest shadow behind him.
Okay. All right. So you run back behind the other dogs, and actually the first shadow that you find is that of Staz. So you're hiding in Staz's shadow.
He's literally a shadow.
is.
I'll hide behind him.
I mean, I'm black, so
Racist.
well,
That's racist.
black. I knew you were two were gonna say that. Well, yeah, black fur. So I guess all of me is a shadow.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's all of
man,
you.
we're dogs. We don't see color.
You
I mean,
actually
you technically do.
You just have limited color range. Anyway, I'm sorry. Dog facts.
I don't know what those things are, but I'm hiding here.
Oh, okay.
So you basically see this person's tail, the tailcoat of his cloak. Yeah, I guess that
I
would
was
be.
about to say, he has a tail? Is he a dog?
No, a tail coat of his cloak, but that still doesn't sound right. Anyway, the tail of his cloak. There. Okay, that's perfect. So you kind of see that it just as he steps out, and you immediately hightail and turn, and you run and hide behind Staz. You all may make perception checks.
Is this sight-based, scent-based, or hearing-based?
Sight-based.
Does it revolve anything around color?
Yes.
Because we are at disadvantage for perception checks dealing with colors.
Yes.
Just letting you know.
Yes. Just say yes.
Yes.
Ooh, I'm rolling terribly.
I rolled a 20 and I think something else. Or it looks like a 20 on my... I'm not looking in the
Yeah,
right
that's a
place.
crit,
Yay.
but you're disadvantaged. So you have a 16 when yours was a 12?
Oh.
Or what? Whose roll was...
Mine's 12 snow.
Oh,
I've got a 17.
okay. Spark is so terrified that he actually has his eyes covered and he's down on the ground and he's whimpering. He refuses to look up.
This is very terrifying. I might die here.
Yes. But you, Dan, Staz and Copper and Crystal, who's playing Crystal,
I'm original.
is your original, you see this very dark colored cloak basically walk out. It has legs, has hands, it looks like. And it looks like on the back of the cloak is a variety of very dull colored fish.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Dull colored fish on the back of his cloak.
Doll?
Yeah, dull colored. Your
Not
dogs.
Dull, not vibrant.
Dull. Okay. Okay. I'm like, wait, are we talking about a doll?
I
Like
kept
a
hearing doll,
Barbie
too.
doll? Or are we talking about Robert Doll, as in the painter, or whatever he was? Or are we talking about
Robert
something
Dahl
else?
painted the fish on these cloak himself.
But yes, you actually see that as this person steps out, that the back of him, I'm going to say him because it works better. The back of him is faced towards you, so you can see the back of his cloak, and you see those dull-colored fish on there. Like, they are multicolored, but you can't really make out the colors. And I don't know if your vocabulary expands to knowing colors, so we're not going to go there. But they're multicolored, dull-colored fish. And as he walks out, you kind of see like an arm fall out from, not fall back towards the ground, as kind of hanging there. And you can see hair as well. And it looks like he's carrying someone. And then from the other two houses, you see 3 more bodies kind of come floating out.
Oh, they floating. Okay.
Pardon me, sir. Sir. Whomst?
Whoomst.
Yeah.
Who's whoomsting?
Whomst are you?
The figure kind of turns. You can barely see his face as he turns. It's mostly shadows covering him from the cloak. Roll a perception check, because this is kind of like a new action. If you're going to look really closely, while Spark maintains his prostrate posture on the ground.
10.
Are we taking the lowest or the
No,
high?
regular, no disadvantage.
Okay, so 11.
Okay,
Oh, no, wait. No,
A
I
crit
rolled a
fail.
6.
that's a crit fail.
No, you take the first one.
I'm so... Okay.
So there are
Wait.
2, but you always take the first one unless you're at disadvantage or advantage. She'll tell you whether you're at advantage or disadvantage, and then you'll take either the lowest or the highest respectively. Edgewise, you always take the first.
So,
Okay.
Daniel, Staz ain't seeing nothing. Staz actually starts to see stars in front of his face.
I must have had some shrooms that had something in them last night. I don't know, man.
Anyway, yes. So, Crystal, and I guess Wilson, what are you? Did you roll
Oh.
twice already?
No, was it supposed to?
You don't have to. That's fine if you don't want to. You're busy. I guess taking care of Spark. Hi, I'm Copper.
there.
He's friendly. He just wants to.
I'm very
He
scared.
wants to introduce himself and
Well,
make friends.
you can comfort Spark. You'll focus on that.
Okay.
Crystal, you see a look of surprise. Very hard to see. You can't see his eyes, but you can see it like in his body movement. He kind of steps back a little perplexed, and he kind of looks around, and he does see that there are all these other animals around, and they're all kind of approaching. And he kind of steps back from the body that he's holding, and it continues to float there. and he snaps his fingers. And as he does, this blue swirling color begins to form in front of him, and it grows bigger and bigger. And then, like, after a few moments, it's large enough for him to step through. And it looks like he is directing the bodies to go through it. And he's doing this very quickly.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm a Eldritch bark at him.
You're going to Eldritch bark at him?
Yeah.
What are your hit points?
My hit point?
Yeah, what's your total hit point?
22.
22?
22.
What about you, Copper?
I hit him with my stick.
What are your hit points?
22.
Okay. Crystal?
Yeah.
You start to feel this wave of exhaustion kind of come over you. And your eyes feel very, very heavy.
Yeah, it's a side effect of not taking my medicine.
And then the next thing you know, you shut your eyes and you see a field of flowers and you see your rat friend frolicking. And I just dropped a die on the floor.
Gosh darn it, Snow, why are you so bad at this?
What?
Stay in composure. You can't just be dropping multi-sided polyhedrons on the floor whenever you feel like it.
Look, I couldn't reach it. The chair is too tall. I had to get out of the chair.
So
Okay.
tell me more. What kind
Yeah.
of flowers? We're
They're-
frolicking?
You're frolicking in a field of daisies and sunflowers, but you kind of like disappear every time you jump. Like you jump up and then you disappear because the flowers are so tall. But
Sounds
you're
about right.
frolicking in the field of flowers. Now back to everybody else.
Does Staz see that Crystal has like fallen, or does Staz see
You can
what's going on?
You can roll another perception check to
I'm
see
good.
if you're now paying attention.
How did my stick hitting go?
You can roll to
I want to roll another perception
hit.
check.
You may also
With
roll.
my
Yes,
nose.
yes.
So I rolled a 13.
A 13. Okay.
Looks like 14 for me since I'm using my nose.
Okay. You hear it doesn't sound like a thud, more like a flop of fur onto the ground, but it's so lightweight, it's almost like barely noticeable that there was a flop, but you do see the flop of fur on the floor.
Snow, does a 19 hit?
What was the disadvantage for that one? A 12?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. Roll was a disadvantage.
that's bogus, man.
And here's why.
What is this stupid game?
Leave me alone, man. I'm trying.
Rip.
I'm following the instructions. It says that if they try to attack him, they will roll at disadvantage. I can't tell you why, but for a reason that it says in the story.
My stick misses.
Your stick misses.
Dang.
But it catches the tail of his cloak, and as you kind of push it down on the ground, a part of the cloak kind of rips off at the bottom half, and you can actually roll a perception check. I want you to roll a perception check, regular, no advantage or disadvantage. What was the number?
5.
You tore up a piece of his cloak,
Nice.
and you see him step into the portal. That is what that is. It's a portal, obviously, if nobody could figure it out. But yeah, that's what you see.
Am I awake yet?
No.
Oh, this is awkward.
This is really awkward. Other people, you can make perception checks really quick to see if you notice something.
Well, now you're just making it.
I'm trying to
Roll
help you.
perception.
Because it says here that if I don't help you, you'll probably all die. And those are the exact words that this book uses.
Please don't tell me that's a disadvantage roll for perception.
No, it's not.
Okay, so a 6. No, wait. First number, so 5.
Oh no, Daniel.
I'm just having a great time.
Spark, you look up. You see the body of your compatriot kind of laying on the ground, and you look up from that body too, because you barely brushed over it anyway, because the body was so small. You see that as he's walking, while the cloak is like splaying back, you see that the robe, it looks like it's undulating a little bit, at least where the colors kind of meet, that it's moving. And you see that, strangely enough, the fish that were on the back are moving through the ripples of the cloak as he's walking.
This is very strange. I have no idea what I don't know if I can comprehend what I'm seeing.
Oh, you can roll. No, Daniel, you get to take yours yours is at an advantage, and your perception's at an advantage for
Oh.
smell.
Okay.
Because I'm having, so yeah, just re-roll that. Just take the second roll or the highest roll, whichever one was highest. What was your
Okay,
highest?
so 12 plus 2, so 14.
Okay. As he steps to the portal and it begins to close, there is a very distinct smell of salt and sand in the air. And the portal closes.
Pirates.
And you are now all left alone in the village. Except for the other animals who've also been left behind.
So did anyone else
From animals'
Spark
perspective.
is
So did anyone else smell
Spark is
like
confusion.
the sea and sand and stuff like that when around the portal? Or is that just me?
I got claw.
Okay. Okay. We should probably inspect the cloth.
I was trying to comprehend what I was seeing on that cloak, and I can't wrap my mind around it.
Oh, don't worry. This whole day has just been brain melting, so you good.
And very terrifying.
Yeah, mostly that. Yeah, that's you.
As you guys are kind of standing there and trying to contemplate what has happened just now, you hear a very strange sound. And it looks like something is kind of flashing in and out of your view.
Does this happen in my dream or
You wake up after a minute of being asleep. you
immediately
begin
I start barking?
Immediately. Okay, that sounds like a realistic expectation for a teacup.
Yep. Yeah, I can
Yep.
confirm.
So you wake up and you see this flashing of some kind of creature, and it is getting closer and closer to you guys. Roll initiative.
Oh,
Oh, jeez. Where's initiative? Okay, there it is.
I feel like Clyde. This initiative sucks.
We won't tell him that.
Oh, okay.
I got an 18.
Okay. Hey, 18 is good. So Crystal, it looks like
Oh, I got a 13.
you got the 13. Okay. I need a. Do you have a note card?
22.
Anyone have a note card?
I'm using it as a coaster for my beverage.
I do.
Yeah, get it from Clerk Kent.
Yo. Okay, you know what? I was actually needing a real note card in real life, guys, but okay, I see how it is. Y'all are so hot, like,
I actually don't have one. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. All right, so
I have literally a pile of them right here.
I asked for somebody to grab me some earlier and nobody listened. Looks like Quentin.
Hey, Snow, I'm gonna need a minute. I'm gonna go get water while you're rolling out all these weird stat blocky thingies.
I'm not rolling out stat blocks. All I'm doing is putting in numbers.
Same difference. I'll be back. Bye.
Are you getting me note cards, Quinn?
No, I'm getting me water.
Quinn, not Crystal. Quinn.
One eternity later.
I
What,
actually
what do you
needed
mean? I
one.
told you I was getting me water.
I actually needed a note card,
Oh,
Quinn.
wait, Snow. While Crystal was getting water, I rummaged through my pack and I found some note cards.
I'm so confused about what's going on. Okay, I guess I'm.
Things are going on. I can't.
Oh, thanks, Wilson.
Yeah, thanks.
I can't tell when I'm supposed to be in character and when I'm out of character because I was out of character for like that whole time.
What do you mean you're out of character? Well, I
What?
would hope so. You're doing a combat, and I don't think you're a swirly black monster.
I'm not a black monster.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think you are. So yeah, you've been out of character.
Besides, the monster's not black. You guys didn't get a good look at it because it keeps flashing in and out of the planes.
Oh, wait. I'm used to planes. I was
He's a
thrown in a different
planeswalker.
plane before.
What?
Yeah, no, it's a regular thing. My master really is into like the whole demon thing where he's trying to like get a patron to imbue him magical powers, but he doesn't want to die. So he throws me instead to see if I die, and I haven't yet.
Wilson, we might need to like pull Crystal aside and have a talk with her about all these
Things.
emotions that she's expressing.
Yeah.
So would that be like knowledge arcana?
If you're trying to determine what the creature is?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you get a good perception of it first?
Well, fine, maybe I will roll my. That's my perception.
but it does keep flashing in and
Here's
out
my
of the
arcana.
planes. So
Well, I smell it, and I know what hell smells like. So, does it smell like the netherworld?
what was your roll? Because I need to know.
I'm a 12 for my perception.
It smells like the abyss.
Demon.
It smells like the abyss. Yes, it smells like the abyss. I'm just going to keep saying this because it's fun. I'm going to roll it as a group
As a group? Why is it a group?
of anyway, yeah, so that perception it was only a 12 you said?
Yeah.
Okay. You smell the scent of the abyss on it. And you don't just smell one. or 2. You smell 3. And the other 2 are coming out from buildings on either side of you.
Begone the spawn of Beelzebub.
And they're flashing in and out of your perceptions, out of your conceptual awareness of your surroundings. But as you see them flashing in and out, you see these tendril-like arms that are swaying back and forth. And you see this horribly misshapen looking creature. You can't really even comprehend what it is. You've never seen one before, but it looks like it has almost like this beak coming out of its face, and from the beak it has like these tendrils that are coming out, and it's kind of like moving.
Are we?
So it's
Are
like
we
an
for real
octopus that was
facing off
turned
with-
inside out, and they dragged the things through its mouth and
Are
sent
we
it to
for real
hell.
facing off with Cthulhu
It's not Cthulhu.
as level 1 right now?
What are you talking about? No, it's not. You're fine.
Cthulhu is adorable when
You'll
it's
be
drawn correctly.
fine. You'll actually be fine. I believe in you guys.
You'll be
You'll be
fine.
fine. Right, Wilson? You'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
Yeah. Look, guys, we actually get to play a game where we are not at the risk.
Dog knows no better.
We're at no risk for actually dying in real life. So we can just do it and have fun. Yeah, okay?
Yay, let's kill all our characters.
Okay, no, that's not the goal.
But you said we can do it and there's no consequence.
Okay, but the consequence is you lose the character.
So I make another one.
Okay, maybe we should make more consequences for Crystal, guys. Okay. All right. So, Clerk Kent, you are going first. In front of you, there is one directly in front of you, and then there are 2 on either side of your group. They are all approximately about 30 feet away.
I attack with my short bow.
Okay, so you use your short bow, and you are going to roll to hit. And that's a good number there. I like that. And it was 21, right? To hit.
Yes, I attack.
Okay.
I'm more perplexed by how a dog is shooting a short bow.
Okay. You know
Because
what?
yes.
All right, you're right. I'm sorry. I should describe this better.
Please
Or
do. Do you
sure.
hold it by the mouth and pull the bowstring with your tail?
It's specialized equipment made by the blacksmith. I was thinking it was something that I wore on my back, and I pull it back with my very strong tail.
That's
what I was
impressive.
saying.
Oh, see, I was gonna give you like a really cool like action move, like you have to jump up. Okay.
Well, no, because I just pull it back with my tail, and I duck my head down and do a roll.
Okay.
So it's a combat roll now?
What?
Never mind. I'm tired.
Okay. They see him roll and
A barrel roll.
a hit and
What do we roll for damage?
you don't know what to roll for damage?
Well, I mean, what does he roll for damage?
Yeah, I have no idea. I've never used this
Well, that's
program.
wait, but I'm asking, what program? You have a book in front of you.
Yeah, I never. This is a program. We're in a digital universe, so it's a program.
Oh, technically, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want me to look into it for you?
It should be under his attack and damage, wherever his attacks and spellcasting are. So if we look at his character sheet, which I can do.
LJTZY7 repeating _ ADA _ attack _ DMJ.
Okay, so he rolled his short bow. It's 1d6 plus 3 piercing, and I gotta double check.
No, that's not rolling his damage. I mean, if you know what the damage is, can't you just rail it?
Yeah.
So didn't you say it was a D6 plus 3?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
can't
Roll
he
your-
just roll a D6 plus 3
He can. Just roll your damage then.
plus proficiency since he's proficient with bows? So wouldn't it be a D6 plus 5?
So
what am I
grab
rolling?
1d6, and you're gonna roll 1d6 and then add 5 to it.
That was very bad.
I did worse. So how much damage did this guy do? Clerk Kent, that is.
Clerk Kent did 6 damage. Now, he pulls back the arrow and he releases it. And it launches and it lands directly in the mouth of one of these creatures. And you see like the tentacles rear back. And it reaches up and it grabs the arrow and it kind of pulls on it and rips it out and takes an extra damage, but it doesn't like that. But it looks very hurt. Which one did you shoot, by the way? I forgot to ask. Because there was one in front and then one on either side. There's a total of 3.
The one in the
So
middle.
you shot the one that was in front? Okay. So yeah. That one, it rips out the arrow and it throws it on the ground. And now it is Daniel's turn. Staz, it's your turn. 13?
That works.
Which one are you shooting?
Probably the one in the middle, like Spark was shooting.
Okay. So the other arrow lands. It finds its mark in the center of the creature's forehead, and it drops from the air and lands with a much heavier thud than what Crystal left behind. And you see like this gooey, like white matter kind of like falling out of it onto the ground.
Well, that's just pleasant to look at. Okay. Should we like run so we're not getting pinched between these?
You get one
two?
sentence. Remember, every action in combat is about 6 seconds. Like every time you get a chance to attack, so you get one sentence. Very short.
Should we move?
Good.
I like walks.
I'm gonna roll a d4 because I don't like picking on who I'm going to pick on. Krista wants to be picked on. I see it in her eyes. Okay, if I roll, if I roll any even number, it's Crystal. Okay, I'll roll a d6. That doesn't matter. Okay, I'm attacking Crystal. Well, I'm not attacking Crystal, but one of these creatures is. The one that is on the left is going to reach out one of its tendrils, and it's going to try and smack you with it.
How dare it?
So, what is your AC?
Like 12.
Okay, it hits. You take 3 damage.
Ow.
All right. And then,
Is it my turn to get revenge?
No.
Dang.
And then Wilson.
Yeah.
The other one comes up, and it is going to swipe at you as well. What is your
not
AC?
Copper.
Copper's okay.
He's such a good boy.
Copper. You hear a voice in the sky. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
I'm a good boy.
Okay. What is your AC?
13.
It hits.
No, Copper.
Copper takes 7 damage.
Oh. Oof.
Oh, I lied. Copper's HP's 20.
Okay.
He's down to 13.
It rolled really high.
Are you sure?
Yes. That's all it's gonna do. You're okay. Everything's okay.
I don't want to lose Copper again.
Okay, we're gonna what? We're gonna move on from that comment. Wilson, we'll talk about this later. Okay. All right. So now it is going to be Crystal. It is your turn with your 13.
This tendrily, slimy, goo-filled.
And you can see saliva kind of like dripping out of its mouth, and as it does, you see like steam coming off the ground. Where
all right. As a
drips.
bonus action, I'm looking through my spell list because I'm a warlock. As a bonus action, I'm gonna hex it. Doesn't have a saving throw.
Okay.
And it means every time I deal damage, I do an additional d6 of necrotic damage, and he is on disadvantage to any ability check of my choice.
Okay.
So I'm going to put him at a disadvantage on will saving throws.
Okay, you're going to disadvantage him on will saving throws?
Yes.
Okay. So then he is at a disadvantage on will saving throws, and you said he takes damage or no?
Every time I land in a successful hit, he'll take an additional d6 of damage.
Okay.
That was just my bonus action.
All right, so I'll roll that additional d6 for you.
He hasn't taken damage yet.
I will. I'll roll it for you, though.
Okay. That was my bonus action. Now is my regular action. I'm going to Eldritch Bark at him.
You like to bark a lot. I think it's a beautiful sound.
9 damage plus d6.
You bark at this thing. And as you do, your bark has so much power behind it. This is probably the first time it's ever happened, but it has so much more power behind it. The bark makes it explode. It just goes,
die.
yeah, basically.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you dragonborn this thing.
Oh, wait. As a bonus action, if the target of my curse dies before the curse's spell effects over the hex, I can move it to another target. So I move it all the way to the other monster.
Okay, the one that's behind you, basically behind you and on Wilson?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right, that's your turn. Now, Wilson, it's your turn, finally. Hopper can retaliate.
I hit it. I cast. There's a spell that makes my stick a magic stick, and I hit it with my magic stick.
Is that the only magic stick you have?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, actually, I can turn any stick into a magic
Okay.
stick, but this is my favorite stick. This is the one Master gave me.
The master who's missing,
Yes.
that you might not find again. It's like the opposite of you and your dog. I'm sorry.
I'm rolling. Where's Wilson's character sheet? I'm rolling a will save. He chokes back the tears.
I'm sorry. That was mean, and I'm sorry, Wilson. Anyway.
Wilson rolls the hit with his stick.
Okay. Roll. Roadhouse.
Does that hit? 18.
It hits. Please roll your damage. How would you like to end the combat? How would you like to end this? Because I'm going to assume you're going to do enough damage.
I do 11 damage.
I assume you do enough damage.
My dog jumps up and stabs the stick through the tentacle monster's face, and through all the gore and the maw, my saliva gets in there and eats away at his brain matter, and he dies.
Is your saliva acid?
Do you brush your teeth ever?
Are you supposed to be kid friendly?
Saliva's mildly acidic.
Yes, but it's not
Only
like
mildly.
brain eating acidic.
Okay, how about this? You stab it through the brains, and its body falls down to the ground, and you actually
I pee on it.
you teabag and pee on it.
Asserting dominance is a regular trait.
Yeah, I had to mark my territory and assert my dominance.
Okay, so you as this thing lets out its end of life thrall, it is peed on. It just finds itself showered in gold.
That's one way of putting it.
I believe that's called a golden shower. We're gonna move on. Okay, so good job, guys.
Correct.
Yay, we did our first combat. Go dogs.
It's like beating them in real life too. We did it. Okay. Oh, you did it. I helped.
Well, actually, technically, if anything, you're the evil monsters that we beat.
Okay, listen, man. I've always wanted to be the bad guy, so this might be fun.
Should I be concerned?
No. Everything's fine.
Spark gets all
Are you
the pats.
sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Spark, you feel a gentle hand, an ethereal hand on the back of your neck, and it's petting you. This whole time, you've just been hallucinating.
Man, those were some shrooms.
Okay,
My leg twitches.
ladies and gentlemen, please,
Yeah.
what do you do? There are the bodies of these creatures on the ground in front of you.
I sniff them.
You sniff them, and you will now have advantage when you roll to smell these creatures in the future.
Oh, if that's what it's going to do, then I'm going to
I
sniff
will
them.
know where they are at all times.
Yeah, you learn a scent.
Awesome.
I will only allow
Dopey.
you to have 3 advantage scents at a time.
What the heck is this? Like hard drive space? We don't have enough dedicated WAM to store all this? Like, what
Yeah.
No, you don't have enough dedicated wag.
Oh, that was terrible, and I loved it.
Just on a roll today.
You're now all on your own, except for the other animals that are in the village. What are you going to do now?
To the beach. Party.
You want to go to the beach?
Yeah, to party.
I loot the bodies.
All right, you loot the bodies. Somebody actually did it. Okay.
Does anyone have petrified eye of newt? I need to get more.
What?
You are in a village, and people are not in their houses.
I go raid everything.
Okay.
Hey, I'm the rogue.
Join!
Ah,
Oh my
that's my
gosh, we could
job.
be best friends. I can ride on your back, and I can jump and reach all the things that are high up.
Oh my goodness.
Teamwork.
Okay. Since you are going to loot the bodies, you do manage to get... I dropped a pencil.
You're just on a drop and roll today.
I felt like there was a joke in there somewhere. I don't know
I
why.
was.
No.
No,
it's
it
just an
wasn't.
insult,
It was just
'cause
bad.
This is the third thing you've dropped.
No, this is only the second thing I've dropped.
I'm predicting the third.
Okay, I'm not going to have a pencil anymore. That's fine. From the bodies, you do manage to gather 2 of the tendrils. And the other ones have actually been disintegrated pretty badly by the acid that this thing was spewing out of its mouth.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the acid coming out of
Your
Copper's
mouth?
mouth.
Copper's mouth.
Copper's not kid friendly. Don't let kids pet him.
Careful, kids. This dog will lick
Murder
you
you.
to death in quite a literal fashion.
Daniel, you're getting so dark. All right, so you did get 2 tendrils from those things, and we will go over experience at the end of the session, just to keep things kind of moving. Beyond that, though, there's not much else that you get from these creatures, except for the fact that you have advantage now whenever you are trying to sniff out these creatures. Yay. Okay, so you, Crystal, are going to raid the village, and you, Spark, are also going to raid the village.
Spark!
Yes.
Spark, Spark!
Okay.
Did you ever think about how much that name
What?
sounds like bark?
Every day.
All right. Wilson, Daniel, or Staz and Copper, are you going to go around and gather things, or are you just going to do nothing?
I guess I'm gonna go around and try and gather things and stuff of that sort.
I head to the bakery.
I like food.
That asshole never gives me anything.
I'm gonna go back to my home and see if I can take anything that would be helpful for finding them at. Oh wait, I'm not home. Never mind.
Okay. I mean, you can go around. There are other animals that are wandering around the village. Let's see. Okay, everyone can make their perception checks. Perception checks.
Oh, wait, yeah, something I have to do. Oh, wait, I want to go to the magic shop, by the way.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Hey,
Magical
I did a good
items.
perception check this time.
You know, magical items like they do. I'm sure my evil warlock master would probably have some cursed magical doggo items somewhere.
R.I.P. Staz.
Or they'd be in the magic shop. That's what I'm looking for.
My rolls have just been bad today.
Okay. Can everyone start calling out their roles for me?
Yes, I got a
Okay.
got a CX.
Okay, a 6.
24?
I rolled a 21.
And Wilson?
18.
18. Okay.
I'm not gonna look for anything. My dog's gonna take a short rest to heal off that 7 damage he took.
Okay, so you're going to, I believe that would be 1d8 for you, correct?
Yeah.
So that's one of your hit dice for
Mhm.
the total of the day. So that's, you only have 2 left after this.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can do that. Few things. Number 1, you guys don't have all the equipment that you started with. You only have your weapons and your armor. So anything that you want, you can take the time to gather that. That will take you time. Daniel, you're going to have a harder time finding things though, because it seems like every time you get to a building, it seems some little rodent of some kind might have gotten there first and taken all the things. Doesn't look at Crystal at all.
Was there any magic items there?
No, you do not find any magic
What do you mean?
items.
I went to the magic shop.
You went there. Okay, so this village does not have a magic shop.
I go back to my master's house.
You go back to the master's
He
house.
has many a torture device, which could be considered a magical item.
What are you looking for?
I don't know, like a squeaky toy that explodes or something.
Okay.
Something useful that's fun and deadly.
Okay. Well, I don't really have something that the game didn't come with the whole idea of something useful and fun, clearly. It's not like that's in the story anywhere at all. What are you talking about?
Why do you sound like Chloe?
Who's Chloe?
You know who she is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't do it. I'll gouge my ears out.
Wait, how do you know about Chloe? That's something
You talk in your sleep.
No, I don't.
Are you sure?
No, I don't. What? I don't talk in my sleep, right, Wilson? I don't talk in my sleep. Don't answer that. This is canonical now. Okay. You know what? You're right. You go back to the master's house and you find a red ball.
Ooh, I don't know what that does.
Now, this red ball,
yeah,
you've never seen it before. It's new. It's shiny. You feel like your master brought it home recently and might have done some experiments with it. It's brand spanking new.
Can I knowledge arcana it?
Sure.
Okay, I'm gonna try that. 11.
You're not sure what it does. Do you think that it activates though by just carrying around in your mouth?
I grab it and I put it in my face hole.
Okay, you grab it and you put it in your face hole.
And
And you chew on it.
A little.
It does make a little tiny squeaky sound though every time you chew on it, but you can't really tell that anything magical is happening right now.
Amazing. Okay, I am sated.
Okay.
Can I re-roll my perception and see if I can find more things?
Well, Daniel, you do find your stuff. It just takes you longer than everyone
Oh,
else.
okay.
You do
okay,
find your
okay,
things.
Okay. My
So
bad.
basically, all the equipment that you would have, that your character came with at the beginning, you do have now, but that's all your character found. So if you want to find more, you can roll, but it's going to take more time. So for everybody else, though, you did find, what was your roll again? For Spark, it was 21. That's a great roll. You find 30 silver pieces in total. And beyond that, you also do find some bandages a few other daggers and some more arrows. You find about 10 more arrows. So you specifically went to your master's house, so you didn't really find the same amount of gold as Spark did, but you did manage to find 10 silver pieces.
Score.
And I think the red ball is enough for you. You found 10 silver pieces and a red ball.
Intriguing. I will play with this.
It squeaks a lot. Okay. All right, gentlemen.
And lady. Don't need to be
And
sexist,
lady.
guys.
That's right. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was my fault. Okay. What are you going to do now? You've gathered all of your things. Your short rest is over for you, Wilson. And yeah.
Hi, guys.
I'm going on an adventure.
You're gonna go on an adventure?
Where are you going?
I've got to find the blacksmith.
Okay.
We should, if we're all trying to look for our masters, we should probably all go together.
Now that I'm free, I need to find him so I can bite his head off.
You know, you do you.
So we're going to the beach to party, right?
If party means find the person we're looking for,
And
then
bite their heads
yes.
off? Yes.
Okay.
Everyone, I want you to make one last perception check as you are beginning to head out of the village.
Perception.
By the way, does anyone know where the beach is?
I rolled a 10.
I rolled an 18.
Who rolled a crit fail?
I did. I don't know where the beach is.
Okay. Daniel, you
You're so
Dan-
small that you can't see anything.
Daniel, you definitely know where the beach is, but we'll get back to that because your character has that experience, so you'll probably roll a lot of checks for that. But that's beside the point. Again, Daniel, you hear the sound of barking in some of the houses, or in one of the houses as you are walking towards the outskirts of the village to the exit. You also see that in one of the windowsills there is a cat sitting inside, kind of just looking at you lazily.
As they do.
It's a white cat.
Cat don't give a...
But yeah, so there's a cat that's sitting on the inside of a building. The door on that building is closed, and it doesn't look like anything on that building is open. You also hear the sound of barking from another house nearby, and the doors on that house are also closed.
Should we try and get all the houses open so nobody dies of starvation as quickly?
Wait a minute. This is the plot of Jimmy Neutron.
What?
There was an episode of Jimmy Neutron where all the parents disappeared overnight.
Well, it wasn't even an episode. That was the Jimmy Neutron movie.
Oh, really? I forgot.
Oh my gosh, I remember
Yeah.
that.
Screw
Dang it.
cats.
Dog party!
Screw cats. I go up to the door with a barking dog and I bark at it.
Okay, you bark at it.
The eldritch bark.
Okay.
You just love that, don't you?
Hey, it's a cantrip. I can use it infinitely and it does a butt ton of damage.
That's fair. That's very fair.
Okay. I have to wonder how that works if the door is really thick. And
I
you're
keep
tiny.
barking at it.
And you're tiny. I just wonder.
Do I-
reverberate?
Did I notice any of these dogs
It's up
and
to
or
if
cats?
Daniel's going to tell anyone about it, because Daniel so far hasn't mentioned it to anyone. Crystal might notice it. You would probably see Crystal barking at a door, but Daniel's character hasn't talked about the cat or anything else.
So, like, does anyone else notice the cat in the window just chilling as they usually do? But, you know.
Now I do. I go to investigate because I feel a kinship with cats being a rogue.
Ah.
Also, Shiba Inus behave very similarly to cats in some situations, but that's besides the point.
Okay. So each of you is going to, I guess, approach one door or the other door.
Yes.
Okay. Crystal, you're obviously in front of the door where a dog is also trapped, and the dog is yapping back. Not really yapping, but gruffly barking back at you in response. And you hear him saying, "Help, help, help."
Bark. Bark, bark. I'm saying bark. This isn't me barking. I'm just saying the word bark because that's my evocation spell for eldritch bark. I say bark.
I can't get out. Faster. Help. Faster.
Yes, this is clearly a stupid inferior breed. I will subdue it and it will be mine. Bark, 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 bark.
Oh, wait. Did you take a familiar?
No. But in, apparently in the Dungeons and Doggos, one of the, what is it?
Warlock things.
No, I think it's the ideal Oh no, it's the flaw. One of the flaws is that you being a sentient dog think you're better than all other dogs and wish to exert your dominance on those who which you feel are inferior.
Oh my god.
And that's Crystal.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. All right. So what do you do? Because this dog is saying, help, help, can't get out, can't find, faster, help, help,
Back away from the door. I'm a barking away.
back away, backing, back.
Beep, beep,
And he,
beep.
yeah. So you assume he backed away because he stopped barking.
Okay, she Eldritch barks the door down.
Okay. After 2 Eldritch barks, the door does come flying off of its hinges and shatters into 100 splintering pieces of wood. Bark. Oh, thank you. Thank. And he comes up and he starts to sniff your butt. And it is a very large golden retriever,
You're
which is much larger than you, so it seems very large.
okay. Do you have a name?
Hi, I'm Buddy. Call me Buddy.
Okay, buddy. You're my mount. I will ride you. I do not walk.
No,
Yes.
no. Bark.
Bark.
No.
And he just sits, and he sits on your head.
He sits on. That would crush the dog.
Exactly.
You know, like how Rain sits on Gidget sometimes?
It's true.
It's that.
I anus bark.
You can't answer you fart. It does nothing except fart. It stinks a little.
No, I'm saying I'm barking into his anus if he's sitting on me.
Oh.
You can't maneuver your head to do that. You can't maneuver your head to do that. He's too heavy for you. He says, help, good, but no ride. And he but he says, but I give. And he runs back inside of the house. And he comes out and he's carrying this raggedy looking doll. And it looks like a little lamb. Friend, have.
Okay.
Good.
Here, go get the ball. And she throws the red ball.
Okay, you throw the red ball.
Yeah.
He goes and he fetches the ball. And the moment he picks it up, you can't see him.
It's a ball of invisibility.
It's a ball of invisibility. It activates the moment you start chewing on it.
Oh my god.
But yeah, he dropped this little lamb off next to you as he was chasing after the ball and disappeared. And you hear him pantingly come back up to you. And he's just standing there, but you can't see him.
Hey, but buddy, was it?
The ball falls and it hits you in the head. He says, yes.
Ow.
And you can see him, like he immediately appears in front of you again. Throw again. Throw.
Oh, okay.
And he gets down on his
And
legs.
we just keep playing fetch until
Okay.
everyone else comes and gets us.
All right, so Staz and Spark. The 2 S's. Okay.
I'm just gonna make this really difficult for you, aren't I?
Yeah. So you are at the door, and the cat is just sitting in the windowsill, and it's looking at you,
I
flicking its tail.
woof at the cat.
The cat stands up, brushes its shoulder against the window, and moves its body across, begging for pets.
Can I wave at the cat
You,
and say, or like ask it if it's okay? Or
how do you wave?
He does paw.
You paw. You paw at
Paw.
the cat? Okay. So you paw at the cat, you ask if it's okay?
You tilt your head sideways.
Okay, so you're trying to communicate with a cat.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Thankfully, cats and dogs haven't gotten along for years because they are one of the few animals that still have a very common or similar language. Some things don't transfer over very well, like hissing, but everything else is pretty much understood. But languages like bird or horse and other stuff, you guys don't understand. But cats, you are pretty easy. So you ask the cat if it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
The cat opens its mouth wide, like a meow, but you don't hear anything.
I say door ?
Should we try go?
The
how
Cat
about we
does the
try
same
going?
thing.
How about we words? How about we try going inside the cat's home and see what happens?
Okay.
I attempt to open the door.
All right. The door is locked.
Are there any windows we
I
can go
lockpick
through?
the door.
Roll perception, I assume.
He said he's going to lockpick the door.
Oh, okay.
And luckily, this is one of the doors where an evil person does not live because the handle is dog friendly.
Yay.
Yay! And what do I mean by dog friendly? Well, it means that the handle is a horizontal position that can be pulled down like a lever.
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 Yes.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Lever.
Lever.
Well, it matters not. I already had thieves' tools anyway.
Lever.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you're going to lockpick it. Please roll your. What is the roll for that? Would it be sleight of hand? We'll do sleight of hand because I don't know what else it would be.
11.
After a few moments of struggling and you finally climbing on to Staz's back to get better height and leverage, you are able to unhinge the lock and you open the door. And I guess you guys walk in?
Yep.
Okay.
I roll perception when I walk in.
You you see the cat sitting on the windowsill and she flicks her tail and she just looks at you. Welcome, friends. And she kind of hops down off of her perch and she approaches and she rubs her body up against you and around you. You also smell some very, very delicious roast beef cooking.
I'm very hungry.
Do I smell the roast beef as well?
You do.
Okay.
Is your human missing also?
Human not here. Not anymore, at least.
Do you
Figures that a cat would be fine
do you
with
know
this.
anything about the missing human?
Missing human? No. They'll be back, probably.
Who,
Are you sure about that?
I don't know. Meow.
who cooks the meat?
Master was cooking meat this morning.
Do you know what time
Is it-
they just
Is
kind
it
of
still in the oven?
vanished?
Early this morning, when I was cleaning myself. He was in the kitchen. I don't know what happened after that. Cleaning is such a busy task. Yeah.
I go to the kitchen.
Okay, so you go into the kitchen and you can roll a perception check. And she's just continuing to like walk around all of you guys. Okay,
Okay, I roll a 4.
you are just so busy smelling this odor.
It smells so good. I'm hungry.
Yeah, you just start salivating and you just start sniffing around on the floor trying to get closer to the scent, but it fills the entire room and you just can't seem to get close enough to it.
It's everywhere.
Daniel, you enter the kitchen following after Spark, and the cat also follows, and she's just rubbing her body. Like, she runs in front of you and continues to rub her body on all of you, as cats do.
Yes.
But
Cats.
you see on top of a not wooden but a clay mantle, there is a pot, and underneath of it there is a flame that is lit, and you see that the pot is kind of boiling, and you see a large piece of meat that's kind of like sticking out and hanging over the side of it, but the flame is lit. Does your character have any concern for that, or are you just interested in the meat?
I'd probably be a little concerned because running gas over a long period of time might lead to an explosion.
I turned the light off. The flame.
Okay, how do you turn off the flame? How do you kill the flame?
The druid spell.
They don't really have gas here, Daniel. This is more of rustic.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, like flames, torches, sconces, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, so don't want the flame going too long. We don't want the house
Yeah,
burning down.
small-
Exactly.
I have a spell called Druidcraft, and it says I can put out small fires.
Okay, so you're gonna put out the fire?
Yeah.
All right.
I wag my tail, and it creates a light breeze, which puts out the fire.
That's
Druidcraft.
That's adorable. Okay. All right. Yes, so the flame flickers out, and all that's left now is the pot and the meat. Now, I don't know about you guys, but what are you going to do for food?
Oh, I don't worry about food. I have berries.
I eat.
You eat the meat? Yeah, you
Yes.
can have some meat, but leave some for me, since it is my house. Meow.
This is an oddly
Sure,
friendly
we'll split
cat.
it.
There are some cats that are friendly. Leave her alone. She's a good girl. You pull down the meat from the pot, and you guys all basically indulge in it. I assume Crystal as well.
Is Crystal invited?
I mean, unless she's not going to.
Well, she doesn't know anyone else entered this house.
Oh,
She's playing with Buddy.
oh, they're playing. That's right. Okay,
she's still trapped under his butt.
don't worry. He left off her, but
Are we
I mean, he got off of
sure?
that's for Crystal to know and you to find out. Anyway, okay.
Okay.
So the cat kind of eats a little bit, and she says, "So, what are you planning on doing?"
Well, we know our humans are probably somewhere around a beach. So I'm going to go and try to go to the nearest beach I know of and see if they're there. And if not, try and figure out a way of going somewhere else.
Ah, sounds like you might need a map.
Yeah, that might actually be helpful, though I kind of do know where I'm going, but a map is always great.
My master was very good at maps. I did it. Meowster.
Oh.
Okay. I was proud of that. I'm sorry.
You have every reason to be proud of it.
Okay. She says, I'll be right back. And she hops off the counter that you guys were all probably sitting around, kind of like the dogs at the poker table.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes back a few moments later, and she is carrying a piece of parchment in her mouth. And her mouth. And she drops it in front of you.
Scoodly bop we in.
Hmm?
Which little scoodly bop are we in?
Were you not listening to the beginning of the story?
No. I'm playing two characters.
Okay. You know what? If you don't know where you are, that your characters don't know where they are either. Okay.
I've been trapped in a dungeon.
I should have asked, do you guys all know where you are before I did anything on the map?
But I saw it, so I'm good.
That's fine. But your character already has better. Your character seems to know more than the other characters do, so I'm proud of you.
I'm a smarticle particle.
Okay. So you now have access to a map, and you kind of have an idea of, I mean, you don't have an idea. You know where the coast is. I'm going to say that Staz, you probably have the most map awareness because you traveled a lot on the seas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm assuming you probably know how to read it better. Sorry,
Right.
Wilson.
Hey, Copper can read maps, man.
Copper's a druid.
Yeah, so?
Copper lost out on that.
What do you mean? No, he
His
didn't.
backstory didn't give him any benefits there.
It's not true. He's one with nature. He's constantly roaming around. He wouldn't even need a map.
Good. Then you don't need the map.
Nope, don't even need it.
So, gentlemen, you get up and you leave the cat's house and you say your goodbyes, and you begin to head back out into the village to the exit, and you see Crystal playing with the other dog. Do you fetch Crystal or you just leave her there? I'm asking for prosperity reasons. Posterity. Yeah.
I guess I'm going to go up to Crystal and ask her what she's doing and see if...
I am playing fetch with an invisible dog.
Sounds legit.
Oh,
How is a dog invisible?
And I wait.
Where is this
Hey,
dog?
buddy. Buddy.
Buddy,
drop.
here. He drops the ball as he speaks.
Whoa.
that's
Ta-da.
I need
Hi,
that.
hi, buddy.
Hi. How are you?
And he's wagging his tail, and he comes up and he greets you all, and he sniffs your butts.
I'm just going to stand perfectly still because I'm just still astonished from the invisible dog ball thing.
Jeez, you guys aren't like friendly dogs.
I-
You don't sniff other butts.
I go smell the ball.
You go smell the ball.
Which ball?
Copper would smell his butt.
Okay, Copper also sniffs his butt in the way that is traditionally valued as a greeting for dogs. Very friendly, Copper. Very friendly. Okay, so you sniff the ball? Is that what you said, or butt? Okay.
Yes. Ball.
Okay, you sniff the ball.
Because I'm a rogue. I'm interested in this invisibility.
Okay, you sniff the ball. It smells like any other ball. It smells newer than the other ones that you've had the past, but smells fresh
I squeak
and covered
it.
in saliva. You squeak it. And as you squeak it, you feel nothing change. You just squeak it and you're having fun with the ball. But you can't see him, Crystal.
I know.
That's why I'm laughing.
I sit inquisitively.
Hey, Spark, where did you go?
Right here.
That's the trick.
The ball drops out of my mouth.
That's the trick. Whenever the ball's in your mouth, you vanish like the wind.
Where did you get this? I need
What?
one.
Oh, there's only one. I found it in my master's house, but you can have it. I feel like you'll need it more. Just owe me. Wait.
Thank you.
I'll give you the ball.
I will carry you. I will carry
I was
you
about
places.
to say, you can have the ball if I can ride you as my mount.
Oh my gosh, wait, it's just like the picture I have.
Why do you think I
It's
did
great.
this? It was all planned.
Oh. So you have gathered your small band of doggo party, and you begin to make your way out of the village.
Wait, buddy, what are you doing?
I wait.
Oh, okay.
I good boy. I stays. I
Oh
sits.
God, it's gonna be Futurama.
Okay. Wait. What's going on with this little lamb?
You has. It's yours.
Oh.
Have.
I pick it up and I just walk on Sparks back with it.
Take care of Lam.
I put the ball in my pack.
Wonderful. You have a new.
I feel a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean, you got something without stealing it. So that's pretty accomplishing as a rogue.
I stole it. I also broke out of prison today.
It's already. It still needs to be fenced. No.
All right. You guys are making your way out of the village. And as you do, you see the statue of the hunter sitting outside of the village, tall, proud. But you see that atop the statue, there's a black ball of fur sprawled out on its head. Yellow eyes peek over the edge and stare at you languidly. You realize very quickly that it's Jack, the feral cat. He leaps off his perch and lands gracefully in the leaves with nary a sound. He's a very scrawny cat, very scruffy fur, and has some scars that he's obviously obtained from territory battles with other stray cats. But the most obvious of the scars is where his left ear should be, only part of it is there. And he looks at you all and he says, Well. Look at what the cat dragged out. Isn't this perfect timing, dear friends? He paces back and forth, observing you with a lazy gaze. Personally, I think bringing the humans back is a waste, but you mutts can't seem to live without them. He sits down and begins to scratch his neck, and you see a few fleas fly off of him.
How do you know the humans are gone?
I saw it all happen. From here.
What did you see?
Ah, the strange figure. He was pulling them out of their homes while they slept. He put them in the portal. And then he disappeared, and I saw it all happen from here.
Cool.
You can make a perception check really quick.
Perception. I rolled a 16.
Okay.
I got a 7.
And I got a 17.
Okay.
Which one would I use?
13. Wilson, you don't see it, but everybody else you do. You see that where he's scratching on his neck, he's wearing a collar of sorts, which is very strange for a stray cat. But as he's scratching, he seems to like be unlatching or like taking it off, and he tosses it towards you guys, and it lands in front of you on the ground.
Where did you get a collar from?
I suppose you'll be needing this. And if you want more, go to the Morning Stones up north. You never know what the humans might leave behind. And then he turns away from you, hops back up onto the statue's base, and then climbs up onto the wall and traipses across it, far away from you all.
Okay, see you later.
Seems trustworthy, I suppose.
Okay, well, I don't know what this is, but all I know is he said there's more of it up north towards the stones. So that's where I'm headed.
I guess we're all going that way in that case.
But what about the owners?
Well, we're going towards there anyway, or at least I would be, because that's where, you know, there's a lot of beaches and whatnot. So perhaps that would be a good place or a good direction to start moving towards.
I agree with that. I think we should go that way.
Oh, wait, I pick up the collar, by the way.
Okay, so somebody did pick it up.
Yeah, I want to summon things. I think I know what this
I'm
is.
going on an adventure.
Yeah, but you all step out, and you're going on your first adventure together as a group, as a party.
Paw. Erty.
And I'm going to end it with that.
on a bad pun. That's really truly.
Yes.
Always. You always end on a bad pun. All right. See you next time, guys. Bye.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
Bye.
Today's music was provided by Michael Gelfi, Kevin McLeod, Eric Matthias, Alexander Nakarada, and our very own RL. Thanks for joining us on episode 1 of Odd Doggies.